Hi, I'm Dr. Vicki Rackner. I'm a former surgeon, founder of the Caregiver Club, and author of Caregiving Without Regrets: 3 Steps to Avoid Burnout and Manage Disappointment, Guilt, and Anger. I recently heard a profound regret that made it into the book at the 11th hour. And the regret I'd like to help you avoid is one that breaks my heart. A man was telling me that his wife recently died after a long and courageous battle with cancer. And he says, "I regret that I did not often enough tell my wife how important she was to me and how lucky I was to have her with me for more than 50 years. So here it is. What is your love language? Just as there are many languages spoken on the planet, so too there are languages of love, and they're not all about talking. Gary Chapman describes love languages in his book, The 5 Love Languages: How to Express Heartfelt Commitment to Your Mate. Here they are. The first is words. Nothing says "I love you" like saying "I love you." Messages like "I'm glad you're in my life," or "I'm proud of you," or "you're special" are treasures to these people. If you're caring for a frail father who speaks this language, you can say, "I always appreciated the way you found time just for the 2 of us." You can say to a child, "You're really taking care of your diabetes. Good job." The second love language is gifts. People who speak this language treasure a physical token of love that can be seen or touched. It doesn't matter if the gift is big or small. Dan and his wife collected beach stones when they were on vacation. When his wife was recovering from her operation, he found a special stone to bring each time he went to see her at the hospital. The next love language is touch. You may know people who light up with a warm hug or a caring hand on their shoulder. Many who grow old or manage illness are already touch deprived. When touch is your love language, touch deprivation translates to love deprivation. If this is your loved one, be generous with your touches. Take their hand before you give them the medication. Give them hug coupons to redeem. Ask, "Are you getting enough hugs?" The next love language are acts of service. If the person for whom you care speaks this language, you're in luck. This is the love language of caregiving. Your life is filled with moment-to-moment opportunities for giving and receiving love. Making a meal becomes a way of saying, "I love you." This love language is time. This may be the hardest love language for caregivers to speak. Unlike words or touches or acts of service, which are infinitely renewable resources, time is usually in short supply. However, if your loved one speaks this love language, you may be surprised how little time is needed to convey your love. You may find you have an easier day if you just sit down together for a few minutes. Play a hand of gin rummy or hearts. Consider taking your loved one on errands. Talk in the car. Make a pie together. We all have a natural tendency to speak in our own native love language. That works well when love is exchanged between 2 people who speak the same love language. You can exchange words or gifts or do nice things to each other. Challenges arise when the giver and the recipient have unrecognized differences in love languages. Melissa lavishes words of love upon her sister for whom she cares. One day when Melissa was washing and brushing her sister's hair, something special happened. Her sister seemed happier and more settled. She realized that touch is her sister's love language. Even though Melissa is not big on hugs, she makes extra efforts to touch her sister. If you find yourself giving and giving and giving and it seems like it's never enough, consider a switch to a different love language. Giving love in a language the recipient does not speak is like communicating to a foreigner when you don't speak the native tongue. Shouting will not solve the problem. Switching language or finding a translator is the solution. Get to know your love language and the language of those you care about. It will help you take better care of yourself and start saying "I love you" in the language the recipient understands best. The lesson is keep your "I love yous" up to date. And when you say, I love you to somebody, speak their love language. If you like this video and would like to hear more, please visit us at www.thecaregiverclub.info to sign up for more.